Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Avinash and in this video I'm going to talk about Amazon ECS Anywhere. So basically in our some of the previous videos we have discussed what exactly ECS and how to run our containers within Fargate models. So along with the Fargate model, in ECS we have another thing called ECS Anywhere. So the primary purpose of this ECS Anywhere is we can run containers on our own hardware. So generally in cloud computing, so hardware will be provided by the service provider, right? In our case, AWS is going to provide the hardware. So but if you already have a data center or enough on-premise resources and you want to use containerization mechanism with less overhead or burdens or complexities, then you can opt for this ECS Anywhere. So the high level overview is, see, in ECS, first we have to create a cluster. So then we have to create an activation key. Then where exactly we want to run our containers. So there we have to install SSM and ECS agent. So then what exactly application you want to run, you can create or you can have a image in ECR, you can create a task definition. So then you can run the task from ECS console. ECS is a place where we can define the tasks, we can define the configuration. So but that defined application or container actually runs in our on-premise resources. Okay, so this is a high level overview. So to explain this ECS Anywhere, so I'm going to use an EC2 instance only. So but what I will do, I will switch to a different region and I will launch an EC2 instance and I will use that. So the primary purpose of this demo is explaining you or making you to understand all the steps involved in this ECS Anywhere option. So if you the process is same, as I don't have any other server in no other server available with me, so that's the reason I'm going to use ECS in place of this VM or bare metal server. I'm using an EC2 instance from some another region where my ECS cluster is running and the EC2 instance is running, right? I don't have any communication between these two. Okay, so let's first create ECS. So I'm in Mumbai region. I'm going to create a cluster. First navigate to clusters. I don't have any cluster now. Click on create cluster. And what is the cluster name you want to give? ECS Anywhere YT is the name I'm giving. So the infrastructure for now I'm selecting Fargate. You see this external instances using ECS Anywhere can be registered after the cluster creation is completed. First let's create the cluster, then we can register. So I'm going with the Fargate. So then monitoring, yeah, it's always recommended or good to enable container insights to see so the containers logs or the usage. And create, if you want to, you can even enable encryption as well with the help of KMS service. And meanwhile, let's launch an EC2 instance. So for that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to choose some other region. I'm going to take Hyderabad region and I'm going to launch an instance here. Launch instance. Okay, treat this as our on-premise resources or on-premise VM or bare metal hardware. I'm calling this as a ECS compute, ECS Anywhere compute. So I'm going with Amazon Linux 2023 and hardware I'm going with bit higher configuration. I'm going with T3 large and key pair I'm going to choose a key pair where I already have access to it, and I'm going to enable HTTP traffic as well. So the container I'm going to run within this EC2 instance is going to use port number 80. So that's the reason I'm opening HTTP traffic here. 8 GB is fine, then launch instance. Right, so I will use this EC2 instance to run my containers. So once it is up and running, we can get connected to it and we can verify a couple of things. So all my key pairs in this location. So let me open command prompt. Right, so I'm elevating my privileges to root. So I want to show you a couple of things here. So do Docker install here? No, Docker not installed, and ECS agent also not available, and SSM agent also not available, but technically for all AWS EC2 instance we will get SSM agent. So now once this cluster is ready, yes, the cluster has successfully created. You go to the cluster. So now whatever the server we have here, we want to add that as a external, right? So for that you need to go to infrastructure. Under container instances, you can use this register external instances. Click on that register external instances, and here we are going to get a activation key. So basically this activation key will be used to add all the instances or all the VMs to this ECS cluster. So for how many days that activation key should be active, so you can give minimum 1 day and maximum 30 days. I'm going with 1 day. And how many instances, how many servers you want to add to this ECS, you can add that as number here, minimum 1, maximum 1000. And so here whenever you are doing this for the first time, you will get an option to create a role. So basically AWS is going to create a role. The role name is ECS external instance role. So this role will be added to the machine we are going to launch or where we are going to run our containers. So generate registration command. Okay, so here is the Linux command generated. This is the activation key and this is the activation ID. So the remaining everything is going to be same for everyone, only this activation ID and activation code is going to be changed. Right, even after 1 day if I generate this command again, these two values will change. Right, let's copy this, and which machine you want to add here. So just run this command there and make sure you run it as a root user. Okay, and what I will do, I'm going to add this to a simple script. So vim ecs.sh is the name I am giving, and the same commands I have added here, and I'm going to run this ecs.sh. Right, so SSM agent status verified, SSM agent is already there, and it is trying to register this SSM instance. And you can observe sometime back I have shown you, right, this instance is not contain any software like a Docker and all, but now so Docker installation is happening, trying to install Docker from repos, Docker installation happened. So after that it is copying some certificates, and it is downloading some SSM binaries, and it is trying to install ECS agent. And I observe whenever we are doing this for the first time, and it's failing somehow. So whenever we are just rerunning this, it's success. I observe this, like I tested this multiple times. So this time, yeah, GPG verification passed. Earlier the GPG verification failed, but now GPG verification passed, and so it's trying to wait for ECS agent to start. If you observe the screen, now you see here this container instance is now added. You can observe here. So yeah, the ECS agent registered successfully, and this is a container instance ARN. Fine, so we have added this container instance here. We can go here. If you want to, you can deregister. You want to verify what are the tasks running here, you can verify. You can set up some attributes also, OS family kind of attributes, we can set up that attributes as well. So whatever instance we have added here, we can manage those instances by using systems manager also. So for that you can go to systems manager, and here we have an option called fleet manager. You can simply go to fleet manager and it will show you all the managed nodes. So some nodes earlier I have added and I have deleted, but you can observe here this node is online, so you can select that. So you can observe the instance ID, so the 754 here, and the same thing here 754, and you want to get connected to it, you want to observe some file systems, you can do that. So you can go here, you can connect, you can start a terminal session. Okay, so basically we have to enable advanced instance tier option to use this feature, and instead of that you want to transfer some files, or you want to um, manage processes, you want to manage users and groups from that machine, you can do that. So for that, click on view file system. It is going to show you all the file systems we have here in this machine. So you can observe these are the file systems we have. For example, inside home directory, under EC2 user, I want to create a directory. So for that, I really no need to go to my on-premise machine and all. I can create a directory from here. Avinash from console, create directory. So now you can observe the directory got created. You can even verify the same thing here. Okay, the connection may be interrupted. Even we can go here. We do have some options like um, uploading kind of things, like so you can um, deregister this node, right? So I have seen somewhere we do have an option to upload the things. Okay, so let me connect to this instance again. So we can manage these by using systems manager as well. So now, yeah, let's keep that part aside. So here ECS Anywhere is now added or has a resource to run our container. So for that, the regular process, we can use ECR repo to have our images, and we can create a task definition. So then we can like run it. So let me show you a pre-configured task definition. And so basically, if you want to use ECS Anywhere feature, task definition must be created with JSON option only. You see here, create new version with JSON. So yeah, you can observe this. So only one thing compared to the regular task definitions, the compatibility option here, you can see compatibility, it should have this external, requires compatibilities should be external. Apart from this, remaining all the regular things. And make sure whatever the task, whatever the log group you are defining here, that is present in your account in the defined region. So for example, in my case, this is the log group. So we can go to CloudWatch, log groups, and with the same name you can create a log group. So in my case it's already available. If you don't have create log group, whatever the name you are mentioning, you mention that here. Alright, so then now by using this task definition, we can run a task in our defined container. But before that, I want to show you something. If you observe, by using this public IP address, currently nothing is delivering, and port number 80 is actually opened. Port number 80 is open for everyone and nothing is delivering. Okay, and I hope I am using HTTP protocol, right? So now let's go to cluster, and I'm going to run a task. Click on run new task, launch type, and launch type is going to be external, and I'm going to run a task and task family. Nginx and revision is 2. Decide task, I'll go with one task, and remaining all I'm going with the default, then click on create. Right, so now task creation is initialized. Earlier, if you observe this, like we have only one task, that is ECS agent. Okay, that ECS agent also run as a container, and if you wait for a minute, now you can even observe another container now up 10 seconds ago. It's mapped with port number 80, and it's actually Nginx. And even you can observe docker images command here. So Nginx is there, docker ECS agent also is here. So now we can simply go here and test it. So we are able to deliver it. So we are actually not using any Fargate infrastructure provide method. We are actually using container instance. If you want to verify, you can go here, you can verify the task, and you can see here. So this is a task actually running on the EC2 instance. You click on instance ID, it will automatically take you to the systems manager option, right? So you can observe the users and groups as well. See, within this machine we have all these users. We can execute run command within this instance without logging to that, right? So we can perform these some basic operations here. All right, so that is how exactly ECS Anywhere works, and I hope you found this video helpful. And for, like, if you think this video is helpful for you and you're looking for more videos on Amazon Web Services, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel AWS with Avinash Reddy, and yeah, you will get all latest notifications. Right, thanks for watching. See you again in next video.